Welcome one and all to this look at the blog post of Tuesday the 9th of November from Giants. And yes, for everyone out there, including me, console gamers, this is fantastic news. Console slots are being increased. And it says, good news for everyone playing on consoles, whether you play on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, Xbox One or Xbox Series S. We've increased the number of available slots. That means you can have even more vehicles, tools and other items on your farm. A lot more. Wait, what are slots? Now obviously you might be new to the game, you may not have been playing it very long, and you may be on PC watching this. Every vehicle or tool, for example, uses a set amount of so-called slots. The limit of slots is defined by the console. So why just consoles, you ask? Well, as you know, every PC is different. The amount of items a PC can handle is individual, because every PC might have larger capacities, and so. But technically, there is no limit if your PC is strong enough. On PC, slots are primarily handled via RAM. It's different for consoles, as you can't upgrade them. Each respective console has a slot limit that defines how many vehicles, tools and other in-game items can be processed at a time. Now, as it stands in the game at the moment, slot counts are allocated. If you buy a vehicle or piece of equipment, there's an allocated slot count. If you buy a duplicate of that, the slot count drops right down because it's the processing power needed to put that particular vehicle with all of its rendering, all of its files, everything it needs for that vehicle. If you have a duplicate, it hasn't got to do all the work again, so it doesn't require as many slots for a duplicate. But obviously, multiples of different bits of equipment then requires a lot more slot counts. With Farming Simulator 22, we tried to make everything more efficient when it comes to slots, even on the older consoles from the last generation. First of all, there are more slots available in Farming Simulator 22 compared to Farming Simulator 19, even on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Secondly, we didn't just raise the amount of available slots, we reduced the slot usage of various items too. That raises the amount of items your console can handle even more. Like before, if you buy the same machine or tool more than once, as I just said, every additional one will only require, but it says only require one slot. Some don't, some require 2 or 3, depending on what the initial slot count was. Up to 300% more slots. So, as you can see in this picture, Farming Simulator 19 on old gen consoles had 1,299 slots available. So on PS4, Xbox One, 1,299. Now that's on the map. So 1,299 slots, that includes the map. So what will often happen is you'll go on to a map, the larger the map download, the more detailed, the more complex, the less slots you then have available for your vehicles and machinery. So the map takes up a portion of that. But it was 1,299 on PS4, on FS19 for PS4, Xbox One. It still is on PS5 if you're playing FS19. Now, Farming Simulator 22. It says Farming Simulator 22 on the same consoles gets a boost of more than 100%, resulting in 2,749 slots on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So if you're going to be playing Farming Simulator 22 on old gen consoles, you've got a boost. Anyway, you're going to be getting 2,749 slots. Now I'm going to talk about this in a little while. For current gen consoles, what were referred to as next gen, but obviously they're now here, it means PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series consoles have been boosted up to 399%, although the picture says 300%, meaning there will be 5,155 slots available on those platforms. But that's not all. Slot usage up to 70% more efficient. So as far as the next picture shows, reduced slot usage. So the more efficient slot usage allows for even more available items on your farm. Let's take a look at the Class Action 900 TerraTrack. For example, we reduced its slot usage by 70%. Instead of 40 slots in Farming Simulator 19, it only uses 12 in Farming Simulator 22. We reduced the required slots for various vehicles and tools. The Fendt Vario, for example, uses around 40% less slots in Farming Simulator 22. Now, not all of them might benefit from a significant reduction of slot requirements, though. It depends on the machine. So it depends on the machine, the size, the level of detail, the amount of operations that particular machine does, but they have reduced the slot usage. So, increased slot capacity, reduced slot usage, just means way more availability of everything. Now, that all sounds absolutely wonderful, and I don't want to be the doomsayer, you know. I don't want to be that person. Now, there could be an issue. I'm hoping there's not, and that's why this has been posted. Because the slot count, as I said with Farming Simulator 19, 1,299 slots, and the map takes up some of those. That's great, as long as the maps aren't using a massive proportion of that. If the slot usage has been made more efficient, I'm assuming that will transfer over to the maps as well. It's all well and good saying you've got 5,155 slots to use and the map takes up 3,000 of those. I mean, to be fair, that's still going to leave you 2,155 slots, which is way more than we've got available now. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. It should, because they're really pushing the multiplayer thing, cross-play, it should be an issue of, I mean, I say it shouldn't be a problem, I'm hoping. Yeah, the map will still take up some. And like I say, it does say there that not all machines will have taken as much of a reduction. And it also depends when mods start coming out. Different modders optimize their mods more efficiently. So you'll probably get mods that are coming out that will have much lower slot counts because of that optimization, or some that will still be fairly high. But that said, having so many slots available, I mean, what's not to like? What's not good about that? I mean, even if they just doubled the amount of slots we had available, that would be amazing. Now, I also want to add, don't confuse slots available per map with mod hub capacity. Those two things are completely different. This doesn't talk about the mod hub. This is just about the actual each map, each game, how many slots you've got available on that map to play with. As far as the mod hub goes, there's nothing on here that says whether or not they will be. When the FS22 comes out and it loads the game up onto your console, it partitions a certain amount of your memory space for your mod hub. I don't know how much capacity that's going to be allowing on next-gen consoles or older-gen consoles on FS22. It doesn't mention the mod hub at all. So this may not be an increase in the mod hub capacity, but this is definitely an increase as far as it goes for your maps and for your gameplay. I mean, wow. It's everything us console users have been dreaming of. Anyway, yeah, that's it for slots. Don't forget, you can still pre-order up until the 22nd. You're running out of time, but you can still pre-order. If you do, you get the Class Zerion Saddle Track Pack as an exclusive. The Year 1 Season Pass is also available on most platforms, but not on PlayStation as it stands at the moment. And MrSealyp merch is available, so if you want to be excited whilst reveling in your increased slot count, wearing or using something MrSealyp related, it is available. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.